Hello, my name is Eddie Mannon, and this is my CSSE120 final project. So for the theme of my final project, I have made a Rose-Hulman student. So we have our student functions for the robot and our robot functions. The robot functions are put in gray because robots are usually gray, of course, and they're simply for troubleshooting and testing and just all around ease of life purposes. And then we have the student functions, which are in red, and they're the usual student things like finding homework, finding video games, finding food, and hopefully and usually going to sleep. So, for the sake of simplicity, we've decided to use a yellow block for consistency and to make sure he can read it every time. Now, unfortunately, we use the infrared sensor, and sometimes it gets some bad data, so we'll just have to deal with that as it comes. So let's go ahead and search for homework. Okay, so he's searching for his homework, and he'll notice it in advance and raise his arm up. The arm got stuck there for a second, and then he'll run forward, slam his arm down on the paper to crush it, roll over it, and will proclaim death to all homework, just like the average Rose-Hulman student. Now he'll do something a little more enjoyable. He will find video games. So there he is on the search for video games. Always gotta be ready with this block. Yep. He'll pick up his video games out of enjoyment, spin around because he is excited to play the video games. He'll proclaim, "I love video games. I think I will go play some right now." He'll go play some right now. He rolls forward. He spins around because he needs to think about it for a second. He claims, "Well, maybe I should do my homework." Maybe you should do his homework. He spins around to think about it some more, because obviously we spin when we think, and he says, "Nah, I will do it later." "Nah, I will do it later," and runs off to go play video games. Unfortunately, by the sound the arm made, that means that it didn't get the proper values. So we're going to have to restart and rerun our code, which will take a few seconds, but that's okay. And then once it publishes and subscribes, we'll have to calibrate ARM to make sure everything's ready to go. So next, I suppose I can talk about my play tone function while we're waiting. I don't know about other halls, but in my Bloomberg hall, lots of times we like to scream out of sometimes joy, sometimes frustration. So we feel like the play tone function, hold on, let me calibrate real quick. The play tone is an accurate representation of a Rose-Hulman student screaming out of frustration, which happens, honestly, more than it probably should. So since it's done calibrating, we might as well just go ahead and test it. It goes off every time we press it, or it will run off of the F11 key. Okay. Now we will run the find food function. Now he's on to search for food. We gotta make sure he actually sees it. Come on, there you go. He finds the food, he picks it up, spins around out of pure enjoyment. Proclaims he is super hungry, for he has not eaten in over 15 minutes. Spins around to take a look, because he realizes he's probably forgot something. Where is the nearest microwave? Asks where the nearest microwave is, so he can, of course, cook his delicious food. Oh no, the arm did it again. So, we're going to have to recalibrate the arm. So we're going to have to rerun it again, because for some reason these arm values are rather finicky, because unfortunately I have to use a robot, that of which is not my own. And while we're waiting, I will lay down the Rose-Hulman student's bed sheets so he can go to sleep. Okay, it's done publishing. I'll calibrate the arm again to get it ready to go for the next function. Go up, go back down. Okay, it's ready to go. Now this Rose-Hulman student will drive forward until he detects his white Rose-Hulman bed sheets, and then he will, hopefully, go to sleep. It's been a long day, time to get to sleep. He will drive forward until his color sensor senses his white bed sheets, for he is very tired. He crumples them up because, well, he doesn't care, he just wants to sleep.
I sure hope they have chicken strips for lunch tomorrow.
He hopes they have chicken strips for lunch.
Snore.
Now you can hear him snoring.
Snore.
Snore, snore. Oh no, he's throwing his arm up. He must have realized something. He spins out of dismay, flailing about.
Oh my lord, I forgot about my homework due at midnight. Oh no, please, oh why me?
He forgot about his homework due at midnight. Now he's off to go do it. And that is my Rose-Hulman student. Thank you for watching.